Right then, in this video I returned to Lanzarote to explore and do more reviews of the different resorts here. Now I did a previous cheap flight adventure to Lanzarote and Lanzarote was absolutely epic, and on my last adventure I ran out of time. I did not manage to see all of the resorts in Playa Blanca, which is why I returned here. So let's go and explore the resorts in Playa Blanca which I did not see last time. Let's go! And first we go along to my favourite resort which I visited in Playa Blanca. This resort is absolutely awesome. Let's take a look around. $2,000 Don't get this in England. I do like it because it's like the cheap version, 2-speed, but with an OT2000 interior. It's so weird. Oh, that's just good. Not quite as loud as some of them. This resort has 2 swimming pools. Now to the first pool, which has water slides. This is really nice. Let's try out the water slides. First to the red water slide. And now we go on the yellow water slide. And now to the blue water slide. And I actually tried getting some footage moving backwards as I went down the water slide, and the footage kind of didn't work quite that well. And now let's try out the second swimming pool, which is the only swimming pool in Playa Blanca which is actually decently heated. Because most of the other pools that claim to be heated are only barely heated, but this one was nice and warm and was a really nice place to go swimming. And now we go along to the Lanzarote Volcano Hotel. Now I just really like these sort of themed hotels. They are very interesting. And this is a 5-star luxury hotel. And the interior of this hotel is very nice. This is a very posh hotel. Let's take a look around. And this here's what the corridors look like along to the hotel rooms. And let's take a look at a swimming pool, and the swimming pool had been drained. The water level is much lower than what it should be in this pool, as the swimming pool is currently under maintenance. And now we go along to the lifts, which are some Arona worm drive lifts. I would have thought I might have had a more posh lift than this, considering this is a 5-star hotel. Worm drive. And let's take a look at a hotel on the upper levels. And this hotel also has a weird church in it. Although this doesn't actually seem to be a functioning church. This church building attached to a hotel literally just seems to be here just for decoration. How weird. And the reason why this is called the Lanzarote Volcano Hotel is because it's got a volcano! Not a real one, this is an artificial volcano which they built as part of the decoration of the hotel. And let's go and climb it! Lanzarote Volcano Hotel, and let's climb the volcano. And this is actually a concrete structure which have put actual volcano rock onto the concrete structure to make it look like a volcano, but the rocks are not actually tied down properly. All of the rocks around the concrete are actually loose. This would not pass health and safety in the UK because these rocks would literally blow off if there are strong winds and hit someone. Health and safety in Spain is a lot less strict compared to the UK, despite the fact the stupid Brexiteers, one of their reasons for Brexit was supposedly to get rid of all that European health and safety, which is a load of nonsense. The truth is the UK has some of the most strict health and safety laws in the whole of the world. This was not forced upon the UK from Europe, so all of the stuff that a Brexiteer said was a load of utter nonsense. Anyway, Brexit runs over, back on the topic again, and here I am up at the top of the artificial volcano. Let's take a look at the view. Notice that at the top of this artificial volcano, there's a glass skylight. This is so at night time it makes it look like the whole volcano is lit up, like the volcano is erupting. And I managed to find a picture of this on the internet, and at night it looks really nice. And from up here, I noticed there's this villa complex with all of these different villas that are renting out, each with their own private swimming pool. So let's now climb back down the volcano and let's go and take a look at this. These villas are very luxury and are like a very exclusive sort of retreat holiday thing, because there are other complexes in Lanzarote where you get these various house villa things to rent out which have a communal pool, but these ones don't. These each have their own private individual pool, so this is a very posh complex and it must cost quite a lot of money to rent out these different villas. And now, for comparison, I'm now going to show a more typical sort of villa complex. While these might be quite nice to stay in, for me as someone exploring a place, these are just not very interesting. They are a lot more boring looking and do not have the style to them a resort has. These are basically just a load of houses with a swimming pool in the middle of them. They're quite plain looking and the swimming pool is just a really bog standard square pool. Like, how boring. The resort hotels are far more interesting than these villa complexes. So with that said, let's now go on to the next resort hotel. But which one should I visit next? I know, let's ask the Swan Plant. Hey there, Mr. Swan Plant, which resort should I go to next?
If you'd like a nice glass lift to surf, go to the resort just behind me.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Swan Plant. So along we go to the next resort. And this is a really nice resort. This is a 4-star resort, and to be honest, there's not really that much difference between 4 and 5-star resorts. This one is actually really nice. It's got 4 swimming pools which look like this. They are very nice pools. Sadly though, the water is very cold in these pools, and that's quite a typical thing of the Canary Islands. Most of the pools are not heated. Now I'm actually visiting Lanzarote in the winter season, so this is off season, and the temperature here is actually pretty warm, or it's not as hot as in summer, but the winter time in Lanzarote is as warm as summertime is in the UK. So while the air temperature is nice, the water temperature isn't. This is probably because there's less daylight, so there's less time for the pools to warm up, and since quite a lot of the pools here are not heated, the pools are very cold to go swimming in. And in this resort hotel, there are loads of really nice glass lifts. In fact, there's some glass lift shaft lifts and some shaftless glass lifts. First we take a look at the glass lift shaft lifts, which are Aronas. These actually have the older 2-speed Arona logic without the F drive. And let's surf it. And now we go up to the motor room. And now along we go to the next lifts in this resort, which is in the reception area. This reception area is very posh looking. Like, this is a really nice resort. And the lifts here are some Arona shaftless lifts. Arona. Reception. I'm going to say floor 0. No, it's not going to talk at all. Very nice reception. And also, in another part of the resort are some more Arona shaftless lifts. But unlike the last ones, which are traction, the usual sort of Arona shaft lifts, these ones are some hydraulic Arona shaftless lifts. I've never seen hydraulic Arona shaftless before. Shaftless, not glass, well, it is glass, but not just glass, it's shaftless. And it's hydro. That's weird. It's a hydro. Very slow, actually. I think I'm going to surf it. Shall I surf it or not surf it? Yeah, it's going to get surfed. Fuck, this is slow. Let's surf them. Just a little surf on that one. And now along to some more Arona lifts, and just for good measure, let's surf these ones as well. Got seen. 3, 2. One other thing I'm going to mention is that on the roof of this hotel there is a bird trap. This is a trap that birds go into to get to the food, and then they get stuck in the trap and they can't escape. And as far as I'm concerned, this is wrong. You do not go and trap birds like this. And in the trap was 2 collar doves. Now in England, a collar dove does not count as a pest species, and you're not allowed to cull collar doves. Now I do not know whether this trap here they're just trying to get pigeons, or whether they're actually trying to trap collar doves as well as pigeons, and you can't rehouse birds, meaning that the birds they're trying to trap they're going to go and kill. And I do not agree with this. No matter if a bird counts as a pest species or not, I do not agree with killing birds, which is why I set the birds free. And now we go along to a little shopping centre. This shopping centre was in quite a bad state. The lift didn't work, and the escalator didn't work either. There is a second lift here that did work, which is an Otis hydraulic, and this lift was not in that good condition. Oh no, not on this little screen again. Cheap Otis. Very cheap Otis. Adele, my music, no! Try and do it, Lee. Long before it slows down. It's now night time! So it seems that Lanzarote's had a lot of his lampposts replaced. And guess what they replaced it with? They replaced an old sodium lamppost with a fake sodium LED. So you look in the street, those are some actual sodium lampposts. That's what actual sodium looks like. The fake sodium LED is even more orange than the actual sodium. And this lamppost actually has orange LEDs in it. The only reason why the old sodium lamppost produced orange light is simply because it's the most efficient light bulb of the time, produced the most amount of light for the smallest amount of electricity. The downside to sodium is that it produces an ugly orange light, which people just had to put up with. Now we've moved on to LED, it seems that a council in Lanzarote have decided they like the ugly orange light and have decided to replicate it in their new LED lampposts. How weird. And now we go on to the hotel where I'm staying, which is a really nice resort hotel. Now I don't normally stay in these sort of resort hotels, so I usually can't afford them, but this video is filmed off season in winter, and just as the COVID situation was calming down and the hotels were desperate to get people back to staying in their hotels, and I got a really good deal on this hotel. Like, I can't normally afford to stay in these hotels, so this is very much a one-off. This is what it looks like at night that time, let's take a look around. This hotel features some really nice swimming pools, which I'll come on to later on, some light fixtures which are installed upside down, and a very cheap Otis hydraulic lift, which is not that good. So then, it's now daytime, and let's take a look around the hotel room. This is actually an apartment hotel, and this apartment is really nice, and the kitchen has everything you pretty much need. It's got a fridge, cooker, microwave, so you can actually cook supermarket food here, which means you don't have to go and eat as much expensive fast food. This apartment hotel also has a balcony, and it's also got a bathroom and toilet, which looks just like that. And this is what the bedroom looks like. And there's actually a second balcony to this apartment hotel. So that means that no matter what time of day it is, you always can sit on a balcony in the sunshine. Let's now take a look around this hotel in daytime, and let's take a look at the swimming pools. This hotel has 5 swimming pools. These pools are a smaller little hot tub pool, which is not really that hot. There's also the main pool, which is an unheated pool, which had extremely cold water, like I couldn't even swim in this. There's also a third pool, which is very slightly heated, like barely heated, but just enough to make it bearable to swim in. There's also a 4th swimming pool, which is an indoor pool, which I didn't get to swim in as this was closed due to coronavirus, and a couple of the facilities in this hotel were not working, which is probably the reason why I got this place so cheap. There's also a 5th swimming pool, which is a little splashback pool, which actually has water slides. Like, this hotel counts as a 3-star hotel, but it actually feels more like a 4-star. Sadly though, the water slides were not working. So to conclude my review of this hotel, despite the fact a couple bits weren't working when I was staying here, this hotel is really good value for money. Like, some of the hotels that count as 3-star just have the bare minimum facilities to count as 3-star. This one goes above and beyond what you'd expect for a 3-star, and I know a lot of hotels with this level of facility would be counted as a 4-star, so this is a good hotel. And now we go along to the next shopping centre. This shopping centre has a Schindler Eurolift. Semi-pre-start. And just outside of this shopping centre, there's this harbour area. And also next to the shopping centre is a swimming pool, which they wanted €10 to swim in. Like, that's stupidly overpriced to swim in a freezing cold pool. And next to the shopping centre, there is a new resort currently in the process of being built. When this is finished being built, this would be Lanzarote's biggest resort. So then, now we go along to the next resort hotel, which is La Cala Suites Hotel. This is what I call a discrimination resort, because this resort is adults only. I really do not like it when places discriminate on age like this, and usually when it says adults only, even though it literally means anyone 18 or older, what it actually means in practice is it's only for people 60 years old or older. And these hotels always have a very sort of quiet old person's feel, where you're not allowed to make any noise and everyone must stay really quiet. And when you walk around these hotels, you often get glared at by the old people staying here, like I don't want anyone below the age of 60 going in their hotel. I just find these adult only hotels a very unfriendly atmosphere to them. This hotel has a Schindler 3300 lift, which is as bog standard as any other Schindler 3300.
Oh, this is crap. No. Oh, here you go. Wow, this piece of shit.
31.
And now we go along to the next hotel, which is the Yazia Hotel. I actually featured this hotel on my previous video of Lanzarote that I did. This hotel is a 5-star hotel. It is really nice, it's extremely posh. It's got lots of theming to it, which is nice. The lifts are Otis 2000 VF lifts. And the swimming pools look like this. Last time I managed to go for a swim in the pool, but this time the water was too cold. And considering that this hotel classes itself as 5-star, you would have thought I'd be able to heat their pools when you're paying the amount of money that you'd pay for a 5-star. Like, a 5-star hotel shouldn't have cold pools even in winter. Anyway, let's go looking around this hotel and explore the parts of this hotel which I didn't get to on my previous visit. One part of this hotel I didn't get to last time was the tunnel. This hotel features a tunnel that links this hotel up to another hotel a little way down the street. It seems like this hotel built a second hotel and they wanted to sort of link the two together so the two hotels would be counted as one hotel. This tunnel actually goes a fair bit of distance along to the next hotel. It's a very interesting setup. The second part of the hotel a tunnel links to looks like this. Doesn't look as nice actually as the first part of the hotel. Looks a bit more plain looking. And now we go along to the Lanzarote Princess Hotel. When I last visited Lanzarote, this was my favourite hotel. This hotel is really nice in summer, and in winter it's also really nice, although sadly the pools are not heated and the water was very cold this time. This hotel does also feature an indoor pool, which actually was heated and was warm enough to swim, although the indoor pool is very small. This hotel features a modernised 80s Otis lift. And now we go to the next resort hotel, which is the Castle Resort. This is Gran Castillo Tagoro, and the building in the middle of this resort has been made to look a bit like a castle, which is some quite nice theming. This apparently has 6 swimming pools in it, although I didn't actually see 6 pools, so some of them might be indoor pools, which I'm guessing is close to COVID. The water in all of the outdoor pools was very cold. This resort was fairly nice. There's some interesting areas where the resort was built into the rock of the landscape. They've done the corridors like this so you can actually see where the hotel's been dug into the rock face. This hotel also counts as a 5-star hotel, although personally I think it's felt a bit more 4-star to me. And now we go to the next resort hotel, which is the 0-star resort. It's very nice and posh looking, although it seemed a little characterless compared to some of the others. This hotel counts as a 5-star hotel, except this one, even though very nice, didn't seem that 5-star to me. This one to me only felt 4-star really. There was nothing that outstanding at this hotel. This one has some Verona worm drive lifts. And the next lift is another Verona worm drive, this one with different buttons.
Bajando. Planta principal.
And now we go to the next resort hotel, which is the White Sweets Boutique Hotel. This one counts as a 4-star hotel. To me, this one seems a bit more 3-star. I don't think it really offered anything more than the hotel I was staying at offered, although it does look very nice.
Benvenuti in casa.